That's enough, Pop. Yeah, dude. So what do you think about these Theta prices, man? Well, I mean, like
Are we
seriously.
rolling now? Or
Yeah,
what?
just
Oh, okay.
yeah. We're good, man. We're
All right.
rolling. Yeah,
I
dude.
I think it's going up at a good pace. It's not that scary.
It's not
Like
yeah,
vertical climb.
for sure.
It's what they call healthy increase because they can tell by the charts that nobody's selling. And that's
Nobody,
why the price is
everybody.
going up.
Yep.
Nobody's selling.
I was.
It's hard to get,
I,
and
I was thinking about that on the ride home this morning, looking at the price. I was like, this is the pullback right here, like the $6 mark, because we saw it
yeah,
go to like $8 or whatever, and then like kind of pull back a little bit, and I think it's gonna like hang out around like $7 for a day or two, and I think it's just gonna shoot to 10. Like I think $10 Theta is like right around the corner.
and it's only the second week of March.
I know, dude.
We have 3 to 4 weeks before supposedly Coinbase announces it's going to list it. That's and
That's gonna be freaking huge.
Yeah, from some of the people I follow, Big Sweer,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna, because you got to subscribe to get a lot of what he talks about.
Yeah.
And I don't want to
Right. Yeah. For sure.
disrespect him by giving out what he says, but
For sure.
but
Lay down,
but
man.
some things he has talked about on his regular YouTube channel is they see about the time of when it's announced on, or listed on Coinbase, and a few days later the 3.0 or whatever that is.
The main net gets
The main
launched.
net when that all drops, they see Theta doing a 10 times move the 2 months after that point. So it's got 3 to 4 weeks to go up in price yet before a 10 time launch. I think you could see
Dude,
close to $100 Theta.
Absolutely, I believe that, dude.
like this spring.
Dude, I absolutely believe that. Every time a crypto gets added to Coinbase, it just freaking shoots up.
Right.
And I woke up this morning and I had an email from Coinbase that said new listings. I was like, no, it's fucking Theta, dude, and it wasn't. It was like 3 other tokens or whatever. But
Yeah.
I was like, I know the day's coming with Theta.
Some other jabroni tokens that I have no clue what they do.
I have
how-
never even heard of them. Yeah. I don't know how they go about their selecting process to add on Coinbase, but
I don't. I wonder that too.
yeah,
I wouldn't even speculate.
Who knows?
But it's the big boy club.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It is. It really
everything is the big boy club, and we're not in it.
Do you
unfortunately.
think for sure though that they're gonna add like Theta to Coinbase? Like,
See, that's. I hope it's just.
I mean,
just nothing
it's
burger.
all. It seems like it's all speculation.
I think they are gonna put it on there because it's such a huge, important coin for what it's gonna do. Nothing else does it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just as big or bigger than Bitcoin.
Dude,
when you
it
look
is,
at
man.
it. So I don't see why they wouldn't list it because Binance has it.
Yep.
And a lot of other overseas exchanges. But even if Coinbase doesn't list it, you're still gonna see
Yep.
a pretty significant increase in value.
Speaking of Binance, I just saw a FUD article earlier that they're being questioned by some, branch of the
The SEC or
some committee that I've never even heard of or whatever.
It is
Investigate because I don't know why they're not allowed to. The U.S. isn't allowed to use their exchange order, but apparently
I'm frustrated. What the United States is falling behind in the crypto revolution,
Right.
or whatever you want to call it. Other countries around the world many countries around the world are embraced. Even Africa.
I saw that.
A lot of third world developing nations are getting into crypto, but yet we're bumbling around over here. Our politicians, I've seen some politicians, American politicians, speak about crypto. They have no idea what it is.
They don't know what they're talking about.
They're using the wrong terms.
Trying to make it sound like a joke and like it's
because the United States still needs. They rely on the dollar.
Yeah.
Because if they acknowledge cryptocurrency right now, I mean the dollar's already on shaky legs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The Federal Reserve's printing dollars into infinity. Just the corruption with the dollar overall. If they acknowledge cryptocurrency, good night. There could be some economic turmoil. But yeah, you're gonna get those FUD articles. They do that. They do that because they can control the prices. When the big boys want to start buying more, your mainstream economic shows, Fox, MSNBC, all that, they put out a scary.
Dude, I know.
The bad guy used Bitcoin. The local criminal used Bitcoin.
Oh my God, I know.
Even your nightly cop shows, the bad guy uses Bitcoin. And then us dumb sheeple within hours start selling our crypto, and the market goes down. The big boys get their hands full and run away, and then the next day, Bitcoin good, and we're like,
the next day there's an article. J.P. Morgan says that Bitcoin's the future. Dude, we've been in the crypto game long enough. We've seen it literally on a daily like back to back. It'll literally be one day. Crypto, dude, like clockwork, yeah. Absolutely.
Which I've been using to my advantage, and I'm sure you have too.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but we got to get smart, people. We gotta work together.
Yeah,
because us Joe Schmoes, we need more regular Joe and Jane millionaires.
We do.
Because that's the only way we're gonna defeat these elite, these bankers.
Yeah, man.
And because believe it or not, people, there's a few concepts we have to understand. Is there's an enemy out there that exists, and there is a battle between good and evil going on.
Absolutely, dude. I believe that 100%.
More people don't see that.
Yep. Dude, I really feel like it's a spiritual battle going on right now for our minds.
This battle's being fought on so many fronts.
It is.
Now. And it's not going to. We don't need everyone to wake up, but the more people we get woken up, the easier it'll be. But I could go in a million directions.
Dude, I know, man.
And we are. It's Friday night.
Dude,
we got nothing to do. We don't work tomorrow.
I actually, dude, unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow. But yeah, it's all good.
What time do you get up?
Oh man, I gotta get up at like 5. Man. No, I set my alarm at 4:30, dude. I leave at 5.
All right. Well,
but it's not bad, dude. It's just
we'll get into some stuff tonight. If you want to do another part tomorrow, we will. But
I had last weekend off, so it was good. And I'm supposed to work tomorrow, and I was like, well, this is the way I look at it, dude. Just extra money to buy cryptos.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've been telling people like it's all right. I don't mind working a weekend.
Yeah, your first few days a week go to pay bills.
Yeah, I was like in a couple of years, I said I'm gonna be a Bitcoin millionaire. I'm gonna be retired. You know what I mean?
I have been. And I think we all have a duty and obligation to help each other.
Absolutely.
So I've been telling anybody that'll listen, and you don't want to force it on anybody.
You don't want to force it on anybody.
It's all timing. But I mentioned cryptocurrencies to everyone. You got to check it out. And then I also recommend, if you're not comfortable with cryptocurrencies, gold and silver. And then I tell them about, we're on the verge of a currency collapse and economic situation. And
absolutely, dude.
But people, you gotta do your homework. You gotta research, and throughout this conversation, we'll mention some names and some sources you can research. People that have already researched it. It's their life's work.
Yeah.
But for specific topics, you can use for reference. But
I know we talk about Bix Weir a lot. Wasn't he like he used to work for a bank or something?
Bix Weir used to be a banker. He worked for the Federal Reserve in San Francisco.
Yeah, it was something like that. He worked for.
And he, after years, I think it was 10 years or so, whatever, long enough. He just was like, no, I don't.
He caught on to
he
woke up and realized the corruption that's going on behind closed doors.
And so
no doubt.
He got out. And he started getting the gold and silver, and dealing that way. But Bix Weir is one of my sources for information on gold and silver, the Federal Reserve, and
he does
cryptocurrencies as in Theta. Theta, he's a great source for Theta. He covers it every day. So that's Bix Weir on YouTube and
Road to Ruta.
roadtoruta.com. Road to Root A or Road to Ruta. But, gosh, where do you
want? Yeah, I know, man. Where do you want to jump into this stuff?
Well, I want to tie in why cryptos and the gold and silver investing are important, and then we'll go from there. We'll explain who the enemy is,
That's a good idea
going
because
on
that's
and how we can help each other.
that's a
And
good
there's some
idea.
news.
That's a
So,
good idea because I think, that kind of ties in, dude, with like the age of Aquarius right now and the future that we want to see manifested, where really, time and money are really the two main things that hold people back from their dreams and how they would artistically express themselves on this planet.
that's what we're going into is people realizing there's more to life than
There's
just
more.
working.
There's more to life than just
And-
working, right?
And astrology
Yep.
has a part in this because the elite use astrology.
Absolutely.
And we'll get into who the
Yeah.
elite are. Now, a lot of this stuff we're gonna say, me and Ken, we didn't research. I mean,
Right.
it's not like this is our work. What
Right.
we're trying to do is a lot of the people we're talking about and we research and follow, nobody knows about, and
Right.
they have a great message. They have an important message they're trying to get out to people, but nobody knows, about them. So I think
Right.
we'll try and we'll give them credit and direct people to it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I guess the only way to get started with this is, and don't click out yet. Just give us
Yeah,
a chance.
yeah,
Listen,
just give us a
there-
chance.
There's a reason why you're listening to this right now.
Right,
You
for sure.
Probably need something. You're gonna find something helpful or useful. But there is a battle between good and evil on this planet, and it is.
Dude, it goes back because
This goes back thousands of years.
and I think a lot of more people have realized that now, especially post-election, just because of the smoke and mirrors and the search for real truth. Like, what is truth? Because
Yeah.
there's so much deception out there to
And it's all
sort through.
It's
Yeah.
all strategic.
Yeah,
because-
and it's a battle for your mind, you know what I mean? And not to jump into like the
No.
politics end part
no,
of it,
it all ties. It's all relevant.
It
Ties
is,
together.
yeah, but I don't get involved with politics really anymore
Well,
too much
yeah,
because
no, it does because there's been no change. It's
There's
the
been
same
no
thing,
change,
and there's a
yeah.
reason. And the how should I say this is there's a battle between good and evil, and we're gonna try and establish who the good guys, bad guys are, and the only way is just to get weird.
All right, dude,
is-
I'm gonna just say
is
it, dude.
The whistleblowers and the conspiracy theorists, whatever you want to call them,
Yep.
they are right. There is a group of elite people that control
everything.
the bank, everything.
Yep, everything,
And,
more or less.
And people
Yep.
find some people can be like, how can they do that? How can they have control of everything? Because they had a head start. They've been doing this for thousands
Absolutely,
of years.
dude. I believe that.
And this
Yep.
group of people, they are your ancient bloodline families, royal families of Europe.
Yep.
In Asia, you have the 13 families of Europe, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Astors, the Carnegies, the Mellons.
And you know what's crazy, dude, is they're all like related to each other. Like you see
It
some
is-
public figure and they're related to the queen. You know what I
But
mean?
it's because
Paul-
that's
it's
another
crazy.
reason why they're so. I don't want to give them credit. That's why they've been such a well-oiled machine because they're all part of the same tight, disciplined group
Right.
with a bizarre belief system, a Luciferian belief system, and but you also have the dragon families of Asia. They all believe they're bloodline descendants. And now hang in and don't click
Really?
out yet. Just hear us out because this isn't just me and Ken. This is educated.
Dude, people that
we're basing this off of educated people and whistleblowers who are trying to get this information out, and I think they deserve to be heard because what if?
Right.
I mean, I believe them, but what if?
Right. There's
You
too
know?
many holes in the narrative stories that we're told, man. And that's where it kind of stems for me. It's like the holes in the narrative story that we're supposed to believe, and it just doesn't make sense. Stuff doesn't add up, dude.
Right,
And I'm just gonna say that you know this. A lot of people out there know this about me. I believe in aliens, dude, and I think
Right, they're
know
cosmic neighbors,
they're-
family and friends.
I think there's been alien involvement in our history and altering our
We're gonna
freaking
get into
history,
that
dude.
too.
I
And
know.
then- and this is gonna be exciting.
Don't click
And
out on us yet.
So there is an enemy, but there's also a group of good guys and women fighting to keep them, to defeat them and expose them. But we'll get into more of that later. But I think it's important more to get to who the enemy is. And for anyone laughing or thinking this is a joke right now, like, do the research first before you, because I think,
who is the enemy?
Because we're going to tie into some of their crimes and what they're up to, and think of it from a perspective of some of the children caught in human trafficking. Say you're in a cage right now, wouldn't you hope you're sitting in a cage, hopeless, not knowing that anybody knows about you? Wouldn't you hope somebody was trying to figure things out and come find you and help you? Like, this is why this is important to get into. But these royal families, these bloodline families, are real. They're Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. And I think we need to be careful with some of those words, because they shadow ban. They'll delete videos and stuff that use some of those keywords. So we may have to.
I think you're good. Your YouTube censor it. Like, this podcast, dude, is like the free speech, man. It's like the last front line. Yeah, you gotta listen to some of the podcasts I listen to on Tinfoil Hat. Holy smokes!
Oh man,
but
I love it.
But no, getting into the enemy, like the enemy as far as like extraterrestrials, dude. I think that's where it kind of starts, man. Because
that's okay. So that's
I don't know if that's a good basis to start, but
we can work into that. Because
how do you want to? Yeah,
I can tie into that.
Yeah, however you want to tie into that. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you, dude. Go ahead. I'm gonna drink this coffee.
So these royal families exist. You can look them up. They believe they're the descendants of what you'd call the fallen angels, extraterrestrials. That came here, crash landed.
Nephilim.
That's a whole nother. We'll get into that too. That's another
Genesis
story.
6 giants. No doubt.
That ties in. So they're real, and they don't like us. Obviously, they're the bankers. They control everything. They control the politicians. They control legislation. They're control of our food source,
absolutely,
our entertainment, our culture, everything. They're steering us. They're using us in so many different ways. They're
trying to control our life force energy.
Yeah, they that too, because it's important that they first of all, they're taking all the. Gosh, it's just gonna get weird as we go.
I love it, dude.
Anyways,
I love it. That's what it's all about.
They don't like us because they feel that they can get away and they have the right to poison our food, keep us debt slaves, dumb us down, because our God, the Christian God, they're trying to get revenge. They don't like our God because our God created that flood or something happened.
There was,
that destroyed their descendants. The giants and it was an attack on them. So they're getting revenge by their.
This is like their third attempt to.
Well, this is their. They feel like they're authorized to do all this.
Right, they think it's
us, but their end game. It's complex because us humans, we've been on this planet for a long time.
Right.
And all planets, because there's extraterrestrials in the universe.
I believe that, dude. I believe that 100%.
And the way it works is, gosh, see, it's so hard.
Dude, just dive it. Just go.
There is structure to this universe and everything. There's natural laws, rules and laws.
For sure.
And in our television and media, our movies, that's not entertainment. That's
programming.
Truth. There's truth in programming. Programming as a mind control, influence type of stuff.
Yep.
But Star Trek and Star Wars are based off of truth. Star Wars is pretty much telling people that there's been a galactic we're part of a galactic battle, and that battle's still raging on, and we're kind of coming into the final days of that battle here on planet Earth, and we're going to tie all this together somehow. But Star Trek is real because there is what they call a galactic federation, kind of like what they talk about Star Trek.
Yeah.
And it is a bunch of advanced civilizations that have reached breakaway technology, where they're space traveling technology, and you get initiated into this, and this galactic federation, they have rules and laws, and they protect. They do, just like in Star Trek, they travel looking around for planets with people, species developing, and they protect them so they can develop on their own without any, distortion and so. Well, on the case on our planet, we were interfered in the path by these fallen angels, these fallen extraterrestrials, crash landed here, started tinkering with the humans, supposedly they were looking for a worker class,
like slaves, right?
And so they mixed their DNA with ours to make a working class. Hence the giants.
Yeah, the Nephilim. Yeah, Genesis 6 giants, dude.
That happened to be because the fallen angels that crash landed here. There's a lot of good sources about that, where they've crash landed in Antarctica, and supposedly Antarctica was Atlantis.
I believe that too. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on up in Antarctica, man.
Yeah,
there's a lot of strange stuff.
If you get a chance, right now, do a search for Antarctica. What's going on there?
Yeah,
there's some good YouTube videos on that.
There's a lot of secrecy up there, and like bases and stuff too, man.
Yeah.
There's something
even
mysterious.
World leaders are going down there.
Yeah,
visiting.
world leaders are going up there, freaking visiting, and
yeah.
But yeah, dude, I believe that definitely. There's
there's structure to use in the universe. So there's a purpose for us, and the point I'm getting to is they're keeping us distracted. They're keeping us tired. They've taken the nutrients out of our food. They got us working 40, 50, 60-hour weeks. They have us in debt, so we're so busy trying to get out of debt.
We're under this, dude. I was telling somebody at work about this today. The banking system and this working in debt and all this, it's a black magic,
yeah,
dude.
It is.
It really is. There's like some kind of there's like a black magic to banking. If you think about banking in general, it's kind of crazy, dude. It's like freaking.
Is the magic part of it is that when it comes down to it, money's just a man-made thing.
It's a man-made.
It's paper.
Exactly.
And the magic is the belief that there's value in that. And because one of the universal laws is, like, money's man-made, but when you provide a service for somebody, you are entitled to a compensation of whatever is agreed upon or the equivalent.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I could see that's where some money was created in the past.
Yeah.
Was meant for that, because you have your candlestick maker and a blacksmith. Two different things. One takes a little bit more.
Yeah,
But that's where money came in. You can determine an amount or whatever, but it was never meant for a slave debt. You know what I mean? How the direction the bankers took it.
The bankers took it, yeah.
But
where they literally print money out of thin air, loan it to you, and then make you pay it back with crazy amount of interest.
Right, because people. That's another thing people need to research is the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
What's happening is
talked about that a lot on the show.
Yeah. But everyone needs to participate. You need to research stuff, and because that's the biggest problem right now is people believe the news. They trust politicians. They trust doctors.
Yeah.
The news lies to us. We trust the politicians that they're going to make.
Yeah.
And they make rules and laws that
it's all bullshit.
Take life, take our freedom away.
Yep.
The doctors.
Yep.
The medicine hasn't cured anything in over 100 years, but yet we keep donating money to them.
I know, dude. I know.
So we're our biggest problem right now.
Yep, for sure.
And that's why you and I, we're trying to get people to get into cryptos and silver so you can at least get out of debt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can get out of debt. Once you get out of debt, you can just keep accumulating cryptos, and when they hit big, cash it in, buy a car. Yep. Buy a house, get out of debt. Buy new tools or go on a vacation, Like, you gotta fight, you gotta participate. And
you know what I was thinking about today, dude? That if when I pay off my house with cryptos, dude, mm-hmm. I'm not even gonna really have to work full time anymore.
No.
Like, you know how much more time I'm gonna have to be able to do the things I kind of want to do, just like doing this podcast or whatever. Like,
right.
I'm not gonna have to work full time because that's gonna be a huge part of my debt. That's like gone. I don't have to worry about it.
You could work with cryptos right now, being such the early days. If you're a high school kid right now, you just graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go to college. It just.
I know. It does. It does.
If you're a high school kid. You can work at McDonald's, however many hours they give you. You put your paycheck into crypto, your first paycheck, put in crypto, work another week, put your next paycheck into crypto, go to work your third week. By the time you're in your third week, your first $200-$300 paycheck could be $400.
Yeah, I know.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you can, if you are disciplined and you...
Dude, it's like...
You're smart about your money, you can...
I'll tell you what.
McDonald's and live well.
You can. I'll tell you what.
Not to glorify McDonald's.
I'll tell you what though. I'm not smart enough personally to do it, but some of these people that like these kids younger than me that know how to day trade and they know, dude. I'm not kidding you, man. I've watched videos of guys that have turned $250 into freaking $300,000.
I know.
In months, just because they know how to read charts, they know how to day trade, they know how to do that.
This younger generation is just so
they're
with technology.
Yeah, they're tech savvy, a lot more tech savvy than some of us older folk or whatever. But dude, there's definitely the potential there. And like that Facebook post I made this morning about if you would invest $1,000 in Theta a year ago, dude. You'd be sitting on $112,000 right now. That's crazy to think about. That's crazy.
And that
isn't that mind blowing?
And the people that put the stimulus checks that come out, the first ones.
I can't wait for my stimulus check.
If they would have put it like Digibyte or even Bitcoin, they're like $10,000-$12,000.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. You start now.
Yep.
Just being disciplined. Just keep saving, and within a year, I would wait a year before. This isn't financial advice.
No, we're not financial advisors. But once I get my stimmy check, I'm buying Theta, dude. I am totally buying Theta with my stimmy check. That and a riding lawnmower because I blew the engine up. I blew the engine up last fall. I ran some 2-cycle gas, and I was like, this will be all right. Yeah. Oh man, it ran great for about 5 minutes, and then the engine exploded on me. So, but
yeah, I'm just motivated more than ever to be disciplined for the next couple months.
For sure.
Put money in crypto, the right cryptos, because I'm tired of working
for
other people. I'm tired of. It's just hard. It's the hardest part of my job is just getting along with other people, and I think other people are going through the same thing. The hardest part of work is just
no doubt, dude.
Being around other people.
No doubt.
I'm sad to say, but yeah, we people, humans, we're our only obstacle right now from waking up from this global tyranny.
Yep.
And it doesn't take much. You got to change your lifestyle. First of all, you got to start eating better.
Yeah, dude, that's what I need to start doing. I need to start freaking eating better.
It's simple to turn your life around. Because in order to expose this global elite, start to defeat the global elite, you got to start individually, and that's be responsible, have a job, take care of yourself and your family first.
Yep.
Eat well.
Change has to start on the inside before you can start affecting the outside.
Right. It's like a link in a chain.
Yep.
Is the best description.
Best description.
And it's not easy to eat healthy either. The food in the grocery store, like the healthy food, the vegetables.
Yeah.
It's all genetically modified.
Dude, it is, man.
It's designed for quantity over quality, and but and water too. Even your simple tap water in the city has got all that fluoride in it, and then the country water's got the pesticide water in it. You gotta invest in a
water filter system. Yeah, water filter system.
And when you start to see this stuff, you start to piece together, why is it this way?
Why is it got to be this way, dude?
We're going down the wrong path, and if we had, how should I say it? Like, it doesn't need to be this way. Like, poverty, like all the hunger, poverty, the homeless, it doesn't need to be that way. The Vatican has so much money in art and real estate and donations. They could eliminate poverty,
all the world's
overnight, but they don't.
Because
they want us poor and tired.
Easier to control.
For control reasons.
And that's what it's been since the beginning, man. It's been a control for a mind. And for me, that's where it kind of started. And to jump into that, like, going back to what I said about, like, holes in the narrative, dude. You know, and stuff that doesn't make sense. And really starting, you know, I was raised in a Christian home and everything. And, you know, the whole Genesis 6 giants, dude, and the snake in the Garden of Eden and stuff really didn't kind of make sense to me, because it's like they're talking about aliens coming to the earth, you know. And when we start talking about aliens, that kind of, you know, that's where it starts to get kind of weird, man. And
I love it because people take that too literal.
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
This global elite, Illuminati, cabal, whatever you want to call it, they've tampered. They've hidden our true history from us. They've distorted our math and sciences just enough to where it makes sense, but yet our scientists and stuff can't. They mess with our math and sciences to a point to where our scientists can't figure out time travel,
right?
Advanced technology, infinite energy devices, you know, stuff like that. And enough to where
like the laws
limited.
of physics are what keep us trapped in this reality, more or less.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the secrets of numerology and math. I think that's where you're going with this. Is like
they've distorted everything. Even
mathematical.
like the religions of the world.
Mm-hmm.
They've all been distorted. For example, like the Bible. I believe Jesus was real. He was a advanced, positive extraterrestrial that came down here to help.
Mm-hmm.
I think mostly with a simple mission to get us back on track, because we were really heading the wrong direction back then.
And I think, dude, I think Jesus' message, personally, this is my personal belief, that, you know, it was meant to be more of a philosophy than a religion. And then the Romans, you know...
Okay, that's just what I was going to go with.
Yeah, dude, when the Roman Empire took over, I think they just messed with everything. They took the Book of Enoch out. They freaking altered everything.
Yep.
You know? And
the Romans were the elite at the time.
Right, they were, yep. They were the main...
the center of the elite. It was in Egypt. Then when Egypt fell, it went to Greece. And when Greece fell, it went to Rome. And then Rome moved their operations to London, England,
and then the Vatican's still around. And
but the elite knew they had to, you know, use fear, ignorance, and superstition to control everyone. And so what they did is they removed some stuff from the Bible, and probably the two of the most important things, two effective things they took out of the Bible. Two things, if we all understood the concept and gave it, you know, understood, we'd really turn things around, and that is the law of karma and reincarnation. When people, because we are amazing, amazing things, human beings.
We're souls, yeah.
And people realized, and just give this concept a minute. Once you realize you've lived many, many lifetimes, you volunteer to come to this planet.
Mm-hmm.
We all volunteered to come to planet Earth to help, you know, save it from this these dark forces, or whatever you want to call it. And if you realize, we live many lifetimes, keep that in mind. And then the concept of karma. Karma is, when you an eye for an eye type. Well, not I shouldn't say eye for eye. I take that back. When you do something to someone, say you kill somebody, that's negative karma. So therefore, you've authorized the same thing will happen to you. Like at some point, you'll.
It's like karma's more than just like, well, you get what's coming to you. It's more than that, I think. But you're absolutely right how it was removed, I feel like, from the Bible.
Those are two things. If people had those disciplines in their lives, or kept those concepts that karma and reincarnation, we've lived more than one lifetime and will continue to live more than one lifetime. But what they did is, first of all, they've taught us that we live one lifetime. You better get it right this one lifetime, or you're going to go to hell.
Yep.
You'll be trapped in hell for eternity. Now, but that's how they spun it. But really, when you listen to what the insiders, the whistleblowers, and the ancient teachings in many cultures say, is if you don't, you can forever be trapped in the wheel of karma if you continue to live a negative lifestyle. Not in hell for eternity. If you don't change your way, you're
going to become trapped in your.
That's why a lot of people are stuck on this planet right now. Is because they're stuck in the wheel of karma, because you can't graduate or move on
spiritually evolve
until you spiritually evolve to a certain point. And
that makes so much sense too, man.
And one of our problems on this planet is each generation, we're not learning from the previous generation. And that the previous generation isn't teaching the newer generation, any wisdom, guidance, and stuff like that. They're carrying their karma on to the next generation. We just
passing down.
We're
whatever.
passing down the same bad habits,
right?
And superstitions and all that, and we're trapped. So what's fascinating about this point in time is so many more people now. Like karma is well known now, and in the last 100 years. I mean, in the East and other parts of the world, it's real common, but in the West, the United States,
it's shunned. It's shunned.
Yeah, you're laughed at.
You're taught as a kid that reincarnation means that if you're a bad person, you're coming back as a bug. Where it doesn't.
I've heard that.
Then you develop that thought from an early stage of life, and
then you're traumatized.
You laugh about it, but then you just like mock it. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, reincarnation's a joke, but you really don't have any understanding about it at all. That's where the ignorance part comes in. I think that you were talking about earlier, how the elite control us with ignorance because we don't know the truth.
We laugh at each other. Yeah. They've taught us. We've been conditioned from TV shows and movies to laugh at those people. Those people are crazy.
Yep.
And then so right there again, we're our own obstacle. But you want proof of reincarnation, that we've lived many lifetimes?
Absolutely.
That's what a lot of your fears and traumas, like your fear, I've had a fear of dogs and heights when I was little.
Huh.
And when I was little, we didn't have a dog. And this is a pretty flat area where we're at. Like I was and I always wondered, it didn't make sense why I had this fear of dogs and certain things. Well, what these fears and phobias are, they are unresolved mental and physical, emotional trauma that you faced in a previous lifetime that wasn't resolved.
I've heard that, dude.
Like if you fell from a mountaintop and you died, when you reincarnate your next lifetime, you still kind of, we have when we choose to come back here and we reincarnate and have a lifetime, we have these blinders on. That's just part of the rules of coming here. You start fresh every time with a new family, and you got to relearn every time. That's why it's so hard on this planet.
Right.
You can easily get caught in the karma cycle because you got to start over. Well, you carry over your unfinished business from the previous lifetime, and you arrange to try and heal it in the next one. So So a lot of your fears and phobias,
like fear of water or something.
fear
You
of
might
water,
drowned
probably drowned,
in your
yeah.
last life, right?
That's what a lot of even like birthmarks.
Mm-hmm.
You're born with a birthmark.
Yeah,
That's a
dude.
clue. There's clues around. You're given clues in your lifetime.
That's
Of like the
crazy.
stuff
Isn't that crazy? That's
birthmarks could have been like a stab wound, a gunshot.
wow.
There's a great and another evidence of reincarnation. If you want, right now, get
Yeah,
your
for sure.
keyboard ready. Write this down. You got to research. There's a kid that Coast to Coast AM had this. This is one of the first episodes I heard on Coast to Coast AM. This little boy, when he was old enough to draw, he was drawing pictures of airplanes battling.
Really?
Like in the sky.
No kidding.
And as he got older, these drawings would become more sophisticated, more detailed, and then there was people added to it, and he had names for these people. And he was just obsessed with airplanes and the Air Force and Army and battles and stuff like that. And his parents become kind of concerned after a while, like this kid,
Right.
So as the child was getting older, he was having dreams and some nightmares, but he had names, like first names and last names of like people that he flew with or whatever. Well, his dad the one day decided, I'm gonna research this. Sure enough, the kid even remembered his own name from that lifetime.
Nuh-uh, dude.
His dad researched these names, and sure as shit, they were all pilots in the world wars together, and died in a plane crash.
Nuh-uh, dude. That's
and
crazy.
I forgive me at the top of my head, I can't remember the name of this kid or whatever, but use those keywords. Kid remembers his lifetime as a pilot.
That's crazy.
I guarantee you'll find it.
That's nuts.
There's been even stories of little kids. I think this little girl from either Africa or India, whatever. I mean, you can research this one too on the internet. When she was a little girl and become old enough to speak and draw and all that, she remembered the guy who killed her, murdered her in her previous lifetime. And actually the culture or the area she grew up in, they acknowledged reincarnation and stuff like that. They went. They
tracked this guy down.
Her killer.
No shit, dude.
And
that's
he
crazy.
Confessed to the thing.
Wow, dude, that is freaking nuts.
So
man.
there is examples of this out there.
Right.
And
there's so much more going on than we realize, dude.
Yeah, and you're not going to hear this in the news. You got to participate in research.
Yep. You know what always you saying that just kind of brought this up. I just thought of this real quick, but I always found it amazing how like sketch artists, you know how like the police department and stuff can just like describe something to somebody, and they can sit there and freaking draw a picture of exactly what the person looks like. That blows my mind, dude. That to me is wild.
There is a cosmic internet, a consciousness.
The Akashic records, dude.
Collective consciousness. We all tap into it, but we've been they've genetically engineered us to where we're not able to tap into that so easily.
That's so crazy you mentioned that.
But the Akashic records that's a fascinating thing. That's where it exists in different forms, but everything that's happened in the past, present, future is all happening all at once, but it is recorded in a place in
different like a different kind of plane of reality almost.
It depends on the individual person, how you think. If you're think mechanically or you visually or whatever.
Right.
People have reported when they access the Akashic records through a meditation or astral travel, to some people it's a library. To some people it's like watching a movie.
Dude, that's so fascinating. We brought this up right now because I was listening to an Akashic Records episode this morning. Actually, yeah, dude. I was listening to an Akashic Records this morning with this lady named Amy Belair, I believe her name is. Okay. And that's exactly what she said. She says, like, it's like a library. It's our birthright. We have, because she was going into her story. She lost her child like a week or two after it was born. And there was just so many problems, and she wanted answers, and she was able to tap into the Akashic records and found out that, his soul reincarnated to go that way because his past life he had killed himself in World War I or something like that. Wow. Just a crazy thing.
There are so many lessons to learn. And another thing is that ties into like why do good things happen or why do bad things happen to good people? Because there's lessons to learn, and some lifetimes some people sign up to die in a car crash to either pay a karmic debt or it's part of a lesson plan that benefits somebody else in some way. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And it's hard to say that because, there's people that are going through, a traumatic experience, and it's hard to hear from like that perspective, you know what I mean, without sounding ignorant about it to their feelings or things. But, things do, like you said, happen for a reason.
Right.
Because it's like a butterfly effect, dude.
There's a reason. There's a significance to all of this. Nothing's random. It's none of this. You only have one life. Live it to it. No, we live many lifetimes. Get it right this one. Do everything right now because guess what? That'll make it easier for your next lifetime.
Right.
That'll make it easier for your next lifetime. And then, because that's why I think a lot of us are struggling or having a hard time in this lifetime, whether it's poor or stuff like that, because we're doing something wrong. Now this kind of is a concept I want to tie into with the global elite. How they're doing things is they hide this. What we've been talking about, they hide this from us, these concepts, because they don't want us knowing this because when we figure this out, we wake up, we can defeat them easy.
They're scared of us. That's why they want to control. Yeah, go ahead.
Because when we realize all these bad things that happen to us, we got to stop blaming other people for it. We authorize that to happen to us through our behaviors, our decisions, stuff we do. Things aren't random. It's authorized. We authorize it by our behavior. The things we say, the things we do, things we hear, see, all that, the words you speak, you're responsible for all that. Now,
the law of attraction, really, they're taking advantage of the fact that people don't know the law of attraction, so they are, purposely, you get caught in the wheel, dude. It's like, I don't know if this is trailing off from what you're saying at all, but it's because they have like control of the music industry, the Hollywood, and they control what we see, we hear a lot, and they know that by focusing on those negative lyrics that you hear in a song, that you're going to attract negativity.
That's another way they keep us
exactly, dude.
Is they through the music and stuff, they glorify the lifestyles that keep us trapped.
Dude, I couldn't have put it better myself, dude.
Like materialism or drugs and partying.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Stuff like that, because No, you put it perfectly, save that. We're going to go that direction, but I just want to finish the concept that we authorize everything that happens to us. Now, when we start living healthy, now your diet's more than just what you eat. It's the words you say, the music you hear, the things you hear, the people you're around, the things you do. That's your diet. You take that all in. You hear, you see. You eat. You breathe. That you take that all in. When you eat better, you speak positive. Like anytime you speak, just be nice. There's no reason to be.
Think positive.
Think positive. Do positive things. Help people. When you start doing that, you add value to the universe. And when you add value to the universe, contribute to the universe, participate, you'll be rewarded. And it may not be immediately, but within a few days or a week or a year, you can really turn your life around.
Absolutely.
And when you really commit to that, and you start living healthier, your energy increases, your what people call your vibration and frequency. We'll talk about that more later. That increases, and what happens is you unlock something in your mind to where you look at the world differently, and everything we're talking about just clicks.
Right.
You get it.
Right.
And that's how you fight back against this global elite. You can't do it through violence.
Right. The
only way we're going to defeat this global elite that's doing all this to us is just be good. Because by being good, anything they do against us, like poisoning, by being aware of what they do to us, that's negative karma. And they do, by us being good, creates negative karma for them, to where the good guys behind the scenes, the angelic realm, the positive extraterrestrials, they can start fighting for us and doing, you know what I mean?
They can start doing things in a different realm.
Yeah, they can go after the global elite,
right?
The dark forces, because
we're like fighting on the 3D realm.
Yeah,
you know, because I definitely think there's different realms, dude. I believe in a spiritual, different realms, different timelines, things like that.
They all exist in the like radio frequencies. Like you can travel in between those realms by changing your frequencies, but we're so primitive right now. That's the whole concept for another day. But a lot of what I'm saying right now is we're authorizing the global elite to do we're authorizing and allowing them to do what they're doing to us, to keep us in debt slavery, to keep us sick and poor and dumb. Now, when we start living well and healthy and helping others, we're making a decision. We're choosing a positive path. So therefore, it helps the good guys, authorizes the good guys to help fight for us. They can't help us if we're living a punk lifestyle.
Yeah.
So
I totally believe that, dude. I totally
So that's why it's important to have financial freedom with cryptos, the gold and silver, to help other people, whether it's help them find cryptos, gold and silver, help them eat well, change their lifestyle. If they're in a rough spot, you got to change your friends you hang out with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got to participate. You got to fight out of this. You got to change. Make the change. You got to do it for yourself. There is no knight in shining armor that's going to help you.
There's nobody coming to save you, dude.
They don't care for it. They're not going to help us. Only you can help yourself. And then once you help yourself, you can help your family.
Absolutely, dude. I think that, like you said, it comes from the inside first, man. You know, you got to start, looking at the inside and what you need to work on and working on raising that vibration. Because here's the thing, dude. I feel like we don't really have much control over. I feel like the global elite, they've been given permission over this planet for whatever reason, and they keep our souls tied to this realm, this three-dimensional realm, through fear, through all the lower vibration, negative crap. And they just keep us tied to this realm, and like we're souls literally passing through, like you said, on this karmic cycle, just getting stuck in this karmic cycle because they have been authorized to have control of this three-dimensional realm.
We've authorized them.
And it's like, like you said, man, we need to start raising our vibrations, raising our consciousness, trying to help people escape the matrix, as we call it, so that we can spiritually evolve to the point where, they have no control over us.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't need the banking system, to survive on this planet.
Right.
Because that's the banking system is really, I think, for me,
that's
the source of, that's like their number one way to control people.
That's why I think
it's like banking, religion, and
Yep.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
But I think we need to get more philosophical and be more aware of like cosmic laws, universal laws, and stuff like that. Like start there, like just start becoming healthier, and then you'll know. It's like you'll know it when you see it. When you start living healthy, you got a positive attitude, and it doesn't take long.
The messages are going to start coming clear.
You tap into it and you get it, and then you can just take it from there. But one of the other points I was going to get into is through another thing is the elite through the music and movies. Another thing they get away with doing what they do to us is they understand universal laws and how everything works. That's the hidden ancient teachings that they've kept from us. Like that used to be known long thousands of years ago. People knew that, but after that one catastrophe, when we were regrouping or whatever, they kind of that's a whole.
Yeah, we're
gonna stay on this. Try and stay on this here, but But another reason they know the cosmic universal rules and laws, and so that's kind of how they get away with doing some stuff that they do. One of the things they have to announce, they know they have to announce what they're going to do before they do it.
Absolutely, dude.
As in, like,
that's a universal law, man.
Any type of attack they do on the human race.
Georgia Guidestones.
Like, and the Georgia Guidestones is a perfect example.
They have
research that right now on your keyboard. Write it down. You know.
The Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah, write it down. Check it out later tonight, tomorrow. The Georgia Guidestones. They're real. There's these huge granite slabs that mysteriously appeared in a field overnight, and it's written in 12 or 14 different languages. The plan of this global elite.
Mm-hmm.
And they did that because they have to announce what they're going to do before they do it to us.
Absolutely, and they do that through the Georgia Guidestones, through the media, through the music industry, you know.
And here's how they get away with it. They put it out there. They don't have to make an announcement. It's there because we have the free will to go look for it, research it, and see it, you know.
Yeah.
So they put it out there, whether it's in the music, movie, the Georgia Guidestones, and they are allowed to go through, and their plan is allowed to happen. Now, if we knew they were going to do the plan, if we find out they're going to do something, and we make it clear through our voices heard through the news, the media, or social media, or whatever, no, we don't want that to happen. The positive forces will step in, and through divine intervention, it won't happen, or, you know, something like that. But when we don't speak up, everyone ignores it and stays silent. Doing nothing is the equivalent of authorizing it, giving authorization.
Dude,
you see what I'm saying?
I couldn't have said it better myself, man. So, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
That's why they sneak events. I don't want to say the big one, 9.
No, yeah.
They.
I'm not afraid to say it was an inside job, dude.
Right,
yeah. There's too many holes in the narrative story. That's all I'm saying.
They announced they were going to do that months before through movies.
Right. Yeah.
And stuff like that.
That's like the starting point for somebody kind of getting out of the matrix, in my opinion. Is
to just like, that's kind of what woke me up.
You know, for a lot of people, dude. And I feel like this whole, you know, I'm not going to get into that too much. I don't want to get into that too much.
Yeah, I know. Because people are still trying to grab.
Well, I'm just not, you know, I'm not there for that conversation tonight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in with the aliens stuff tonight, dude. You know, I'm just. But
that's another example of how they get away with what they're doing to us.
Right.
We authorize it because we're not challenging them.
Mm-hmm.
People, the conspiracy theorists, the whistleblowers who are trying to say, hey, this is what's going on. We need to look into this. We laugh at them. Well, I shouldn't say we, but people laugh at them.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're crazy, do nothing, and no one does anything about it. So therefore, authorize. Continue.
You're letting it happen.
But even like in the movies and the music, this cabal, this global elite, they laugh at us because they're blatantly telling us what they're doing, who they are, what their religion is, what their beliefs are, in our music and everything,
mm-hmm.
and we don't see it.
And they do that, like, for example, Super Bowl halftime shows, dude, are a ritual.
Those are
same thing with the Olympics, dude.
Those are Luciferian rituals.
Yep. Same thing with like the opening Olympic ceremonies. You ever watch an opening Olympic ceremony?
Watch the 2012 Olympic opening ceremony. And this will sound familiar. First of all, there's part of the ceremony. There's a part, I don't know how far in,
mm-hmm.
but I don't know why this is part of the opening ceremony, but there's hospital beds with kids laying in the hospital beds.
Really?
With this big giant cloaked figure.
Wow.
I think it was the Grim Reaper. And everything, like, pretty much, okay, I'll just cut to the chase. It was them announcing they're going to do COVID.
Huh. That's crazy.
Like a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Because the opening ceremonies were blatantly telling us what they were going to do.
Yeah.
Global
that's
pandemic.
crazy.
And it was all in symbolism in that.
That's that will be their downfall, is the symbolism. The symbolism, man.
Yeah.
The symbolism is everywhere, dude.
Now, even in the music, they hide the truth out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they like reincarnation and karma, they hide it in the music. So we don't see it. We just think it's a cool song, but it's them going through finding a cosmic loophole. Look that. Hey, we told you what the truth is. We told you how it is. But you got But technically, like for example, "Welcome to the Jungle"
Hold on a
by
second.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. I'm
the
Welcome to the Jungle, dude. That's a perfect
Welcome
example.
to the Jungle
by Guns N' Roses.
They're telling us about karma.
Mm-hmm.
They're warning us about having be careful, having a lifetime on Earth. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Right.
It's about the temptations.
Yep.
It's about getting stuck in the wheel of karma. It's not easy down here. And it's Lucifer bragging,
Yep.
You're gonna die, it, and then another good example is the Rolling Stones song "Sympathy for the Devil." That's Lucifer admitting that he's had a part in all these wars and all these tragic events throughout history.
Isn't that crazy?
It's right in our face. It's everywhere.
It is.
And I could go on song after song. All the our culture, our movies, the music,
Mm-hmm.
the clothing styles.
Oh, dude, it blows my mind.
For all the people that aren't aware of that you're being initiated into their Luciferian.
And some people, and the sad part is, some people just don't care. I think.
Yeah, well, they don't know.
They don't
even
know,
if they do
but
know,
yeah.
they don't care. It's trendy.
Yeah, dude, it's like the mall, dude. I remember a few years ago walking in the mall up there, and I just couldn't believe I walked into one store, dude, and they have this brand that I'm sure you've seen it, the Obey brand with the frickin' all-seeing eye and the pyramid that's on the dollar, the Mason.
It's got the pentagram.
Yep, and it's just like, and people are like, oh yeah, check this shirt out, and that,
I feel dirty.
I know, yeah, man, and it's just,
but that's what I mean. Like, this is what we have to share with people.
Yeah.
We
have to understand though that they're in a different spot, and they don't understand what's.
Yeah, you got to be patient with those people.
Yeah, it's not that they're dumb or anything like that. It's just they're
because we're born
right.
Our education system is dumbed down on purpose. We don't learn any philosophy.
Right. And dude, I'll tell you what, man. I don't know if many people out there know this or not, but I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled from a very young age, and God bless my mother for homeschooling me because I was a little rascal, dude. But and I hated it at the time. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I hated being homeschooled. But looking back now, man, I'm so thankful that my mom took the time to homeschool me, dude, because the public school systems,
not easy.
No, dude, I can't. No,
and I wish I was homeschooled. But you don't know at the time.
You don't know. Nobody knows. No, nobody knows, dude. And that's the thing, man.
I went to public school,
and because of the system that's in place, it's even harder now. You have, they've created a system where it makes it hard for mom to stay home to do that because the price of debt. You need two incomes to survive, dude. So completely.
It's all done by design.
It's done by design, dude.
It doesn't.
Yep.
We went down a dark path.
Mm-hmm.
Or what we're saying is there's controllers behind the scenes.
There are controllers behind the scenes, dude.
They're orchestrating all this. They're very strategic. They plan 100 years ahead of time. For example, even like this, what's going on in the economic system right now. There's a transition from, this is where I'm going to kind of tie in that there are good guys behind the scene. Well, let me finish real quick with the education system.
Dude.
Is the problem with that is school, all that's doing is teaching us how to be good worker slaves. The people of value, you had your high, middle, and low classes. And you were only worth a shit if you were in like the high class. You were considered good because you were considered smart, which I don't consider smart. You just had a good memory. Because if you were smart, you'd realize what you're being taught was
right.
They're
confirmation schools more or less to get you to.
In schools teach you got to be there on time or be punished. follow orders. You're just
Listen
taught
to the
to be a
state.
good
Yeah.
worker. And you know who I thought was real, now that I look back on it and appreciate, the real heroes were the kids that gave the teachers shit. They came in late.
We're the rebels.
They
Yeah,
skipped school.
no doubt, dude.
They had their funny haircuts. They dressed crazy. Those are the true heroes.
I agree, dude. I agree.
The rebel gene. I love it.
I agree, dude.
Those are the real heroes out there.
I agree, dude.
So, but, and I had some more thoughts on that, but I forget.
That's enough for.
But what I wanted to tie in with, like, where the good there, but to give everybody hope, there are good guys out there too, in women,
Mm-hmm.
and they're behind the scenes, and they got to be and they exist, but they got to be in the quiet, or they anonymous, and in the shadows, because we're making it hard for them. The people are, because no one's doing the homework, no one's trying to figure this stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I
shouldn't say nobody, but not enough people.
It's hard to figure out what the truth is because, everything, especially post-election, during pre-election, dude, everything's just seems to me like bullshit, dude. It doesn't matter what you read, it's all controlled opposite. Yep, controlled opposition, man. Yep, and that's what it seems like. So, people are it's not that people aren't willing to do the research, just at least from, in my reality is like, it's just, what do you believe?
Right. Well, that's where the healthy lifestyle comes in. When you
thank you. Yes.
You get that healthy lifestyle we were talking about. Eat better, exercise, like
get away from the TV.
You will feel better, because what you'll do is you'll raise your consciousness, and you tap into your intuition. Is what I'm saying. Your natural lie detector. That's where you find the truth. You understand, where you get that aha moment. You just know.
You just know what the truth is.
And that's intuition. Intuition is the highest form of intelligence, and we're not taught that either. You got to get it from a You got to get it from a professional,
from a scientific point of view. Even scientists, from what I understand, they don't even acknowledge that consciousness is real. And that's where it's like, okay, well, I definitely believe that consciousness is real and that intuition is real and that I believe in different realms.
Yeah, because
whereas Scientology doesn't believe in that crap. Yeah,
they've distorted our math and science just enough to where it makes sense, but it deflects from it. It prevents our scientists from discovering the truth because they're so literal.
Yeah,
you need that intuition where you can tap into. I mean, look at Nikola Tesla, probably what we would all agree is the smartest, most intelligent person we've had on this planet so far. He acknowledged their reincarnation, life after death, extraterrestrials. He actually communicated with extraterrestrials through one of his devices he made at the time.
Isn't that crazy?
He even admits he got some guidance on some of his invention, maybe some of his math or whatever.
Some of his inventions, dude. He would have had to have.
Yeah, he had help from.
And there's a reason why they don't talk about him in public schools.
Right, because
they don't tell you about Nikola Tesla.
Right, because he'd been a positive influence that would get people's minds thinking, out of the box, But he was sabotaged because he wanted free energy devices. He was thinking it, for the benefit of humanity. I think his competitor was Edison.
Yeah,
Edison wanted to go in the direction of making money. That's why he got all the
Einstein or Albert Einstein.
No, Einstein was.
Because I thought it was.
No, it was Edison.
Was it Edison?
Because they were both competing on different types of AC, DC, electrical currents.
Dude, I think I might have to disagree with you.
No, look it up right now.
Oh man,
Einstein was more of like.
Because I thought it was a World War II thing where Tesla was designing something to like stop ships across the sea, and Einstein he built the atomic bomb supposedly, and they chose his. I don't know. We can look that up later.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. I think it was Edison, but Tesla's competitor got all the big investors because he was going towards. Well, we can make money because they'll have to rely on this and that, but Tesla developed the Tesla Tower or coil, which would have been a small device everyone would have on the roof of their house that harvested energy just from the natural static electricity in the air.
Yep, wireless electricity.
And it would have been a healthy version of energy. The energy we have now.
Free energy.
It'd have been free too.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have the oil and gas and coal.
And it would have been a cheap alternative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To for sure, dude.
Right.
For sure, man.
How long we been?
Dude, we've been going for like an hour and 10 minutes, but it's all good, dude.
That's not bad. Good. Hey, good for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for hanging in with us.
Definitely makes like good cruising.
Dude, these are the kind of conversations I really want to capture on recording, as if somebody was just sitting in the room with us, because that's when I feel like stuff flows most naturally.
Yeah.
Versus like kind of like an interview, which those are good to have, you know what I mean? But, I'm all about this shit. I know you're all about this shit, dude. And just sitting here talking about it, I think a lot of people out there are into it too. They just don't, they don't get into it.
I think a lot of people are ready for like.
They don't hear many conversations like this, because most people are focused on other things, and that's fine.
People are afraid of being called crazy.
Right.
They're afraid of
what other
being
people
laughed
think.
At.
Yep.
But listen, you gotta conquer that fear.
Yep.
You gotta, because this is again a battle between good and evil right now.
Yep, it is a battle between good
and you gotta sacrifice like your ego, your reputation sometimes just to get the truth out.
That's kind of what this show's about for me too, because man, I've always kind of struggled with like just, feel like people don't understand me because I feel like I have some crazy beliefs and maybe they're a little ungrounded and but that's part of life, dude. Like the mystery of being here. There's supposed to be a mystery to life a little bit, and kind of that's part of like the hero's journey, as we've talked about,
Well, this is also. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just kind of saying, that's kind of what this is about for me, and I'm hoping that other people out there can kind of they can kind of come out of their comfort zone as well, and don't be afraid to question the narrative. You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to ask questions and sound a little crazy. You want to know something, dude? I believe in aliens, dude. I believe in alien intervention on this planet since like the beginning book of the Bible, dude. The snake in the Garden of Eden. I don't think that was a literal snake talking. No. Like, I believe it was a reptilian extraterrestrial. You know, and
from what I understand, that's interesting. I'm trying to think who a good source.
It's okay to be crazy and comfortable with yourself, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what I was getting at with that.
No, I like that. Now, the Garden of Eden and that whole situation, I think that was just the reptilian extraterrestrials.
Draconians,
yeah, they're a negative. They had a hand in on manipulating the human DNA. And that's what that was all about with the Adam and Eve. That's a deep, dude. That's a deep conversation, man.
Because
I don't know where to begin. Now.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk. Talk about that next time.
I kind of
get a refresher course on some of that. But here's a little interesting part of that. A part of that is Eve, what she ate, the apple.
Yeah.
The fruit from Eden. And with that story, the tree of knowledge. Okay, she wasn't supposed to eat the apple from the tree of knowledge or whatever, and she bit into it, and that allowed all the evil in the world, the evil to happen. Well, that was just kind of a way of scaring people from knowledge, also. Hence why the global elite, they own Apple Computer. When you look closely at the Apple products. Look down at the apple and the Apple product. There's a bite.
Dude, that's so crazy, dude. Wow.
They hide it right in front of our face.
Wow, dude. I never
like the Google symbol,
thought of that.
The Google symbol is 3 6s, 666 in a
really.
Like it's everywhere.
So is Disney. Disney has. I hate they spoil that for Disney fans out there, but the Disney has 666.
Oh my gosh,
I don't even want to get into all the symbolism in
that's a dangerous topic there because that ties in with human trafficking.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother conversation.
I mean, it's a necessary one.
It is, but
research Liz Crokin out there if you want to find out about human trafficking and some awful stuff going on in Hollywood. Research Liz Crokin. She's done a lot of good work. And you want to know why? You want to know when someone's telling the truth and they're onto something?
They banned her off Twitter.
Facebook,
They
Twitter,
banned her off.
YouTube.
Yep, I was following her on there and then they banned her.
She's like banned from... She used to work... She's... big in Hollywood. She works in Hollywood studios. She used to work at the White House, I think, for
That's crazy.
George Bush Jr.
That's
Or
crazy.
something like that. So she's a legit
Yeah.
researcher, someone in media, but that's where you know.
You know that, you know,
Look at
somebody,
Alex
somebody,
Jones.
somebody.
You
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Alex Jones is a fun topic.
I'm a big Alex Jones fan. Alex Jones is what really kind of started me on the awakening path. You know.
I admit he was my first.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mine
liked him
too.
because he was an investigative journalist.
He was.
They
Yep.
got his hands dirty out in the action.
He did, dude.
And if you
he
watch
really
some
did,
good
man. He's a
classic.
Yeah, dude. I love
Alex
it.
Jones videos. He
I love
goes
it.
right to the courthouse.
He does, man.
And
He
just
was.
defends freedom.
Yep.
And I admire that.
Yep.
Now I've heard okay, first of all, a lot of people don't like Alex Jones. He is loud, and if you're not familiar with him, you can instantly be turned away from his work because he's so just aggressive and
He
angry.
is, yeah.
But there's a reason why he's aggressive and angry now is because his life's been destroyed.
It has
trying
been,
to get
dude.
the truth out.
It has been. It really has been.
The
It's
death
sad.
threats, crazy people going after him. The elite even have technology to harm people, as in like, if you don't think mind control technology exists, you're crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, you think about the radio waves flying through the air right now with our phones, with cell phone towers, 5G, all that crap.
The Wi-Fi, the
Do
cell
all
phone
that things, yeah, man.
That's why everyone's having sleep problems right now. Because
absolutely.
These our brains work off of like radio frequencies. Like, you can measure it. You know, our body's like a circuit board, and these frequencies didn't exist. So in the '90s, and because I noticed I've had sleep trouble the last probably 5 years.
Yep,
And that's
me too.
about when more cell phone towers and stuff are going up. More neighbors are having Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Those Wi-Fi routers reach quite a ways.
Oh,
100
yeah.
feet or so past your house.
Oh, dude,
So
yeah.
So make sure you shut those off at night when you're not using that. You get fried.
Dude, when I first moved in, dude, I got free Wi-Fi from one of my neighbors for like 2 years. I don't even know where it was coming from. It was just open, and I was like using it. I was like, you know, but it's not great. But you know, that's coming.
Everywhere.
They're everywhere, dude.
And it's not healthy.
Yep. It's not.
That's another reason part of our health is so bad right now. We're almost like walking zombies. I find myself in a daze.
I do too, man. I do too, man.
And I caught myself the other day. I was just standing there like, this is not normal. This
Yeah.
is not right. I don't ever remember feeling like this before. It's like
they got the mind control frequencies turned way up, dude.
And you know what? I heard. I wish I knew which source I got this from. But it's maybe this night goes on. I remember, but they have these frequencies cranked full blast right now, and these frequencies. They're not just literal mind control telling you what to do, but as in these frequencies, they know what part of your brain makes you. They got frequencies that can make you tired, lethargic, frustrated.
Absolutely.
They can manipulate your emotions is what they do. That's the mind control.
And they know when to do that precisely through astrology. There's certain I feel like astrology ties into that. You know, there's certain alignments and things that make you more influenced to certain
full moons.
Yeah, and they have control over the what you see, commercials, targeted commercials,
the flicker rate, the
yeah,
TV screen,
dude,
the colors. That
yep,
like it is. They got this down to a science. They have people, dedicated people to figure all that out. They're hundreds of years ahead of us technology wise. They have so much advanced technology behind the scenes that they're using against us. According to the one insider whistleblower was saying that we could be the stuff they have behind the scenes. We could be a Star Trek type society overnight.
That'd be so sweet.
It's just
yep.
They're hiding so much. They got food replicators, like 3D print food. They can replicate food, just making the molecules. They according to them, they've mastered the flavor, the smell, and everything. And this food has nutrients. It's actually good for you. When you eat it, you feel full.
Huh.
That's why people keep eating. They keep eating so much because our food has
No nutrients.
Very little, no nutrients.
Nothing.
So you're eating more to try to.
Yep.
But this food is actually good for your teeth and stuff like that. So that's the future waiting for us. We just got to wake up and say no more of this.
Energy sources.
Things.
You know, one thing I'd love to bring on the next episode, and I remember seeing it. I think it was a David Wilcock video. And if you aren't familiar with David Wilcock, you can check him out. He's a great insider.
I have all this.
But he was talking about the Navy has a patent for a free energy device, and the Navy released it. They came on a conference. There was a conference or something, and they were talking about this energy device, dude.
Yep.
And it's literally the size of a football that can freaking power an entire neighborhood.
Yep.
You know, and they have it. It's like ready to be released, but. You know, the time's not right because we're not conscious.
I think
we're not at that level. I think
we're ready for that, but economically, see, we're gonna transition.
There's got to be a transition
because if we had that overnight,
yeah,
there'd be an economic collapse because no one would invest in oil, coal, gas, or anything like that anymore.
We need a peaceful transition.
There needs to be a peaceful transition. I'm not saying 10 to 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could transition in a year or so, but we need to get these truths out.
And the thing is, and I think it's going to start with the banking system, with the currency system, from going from a centralized system to a decentralized system, aka Bitcoin, Theta, and I really kind of feel like that's the starting point of this transition because, dude, that old system of the dollar and centralization is dying, and it's not even a secret. It's not, it's plain as day. And those are the two options you're faced with. You either have the old system of centralization, secrecy, private banks, or you have decentralization. You have two options. That's all there is. And that old system is inevitably going to die.
Yeah, it's gonna be phased out.
Yeah.
I think
their time's over, man. I think their global elite's time is over.
From what I understand, and I think our next episode, I want to go more into the good guys, who they are, and what they're doing.
Absolutely, dude.
But I think today, hopefully we got to the point. I mean, I know we're no.
Dude, I love this conversation, man.
We're no masters of this.
No, man, but
we're just trying to get everyone heading in the right direction.
We want to see humanity escape the clutches of this shadow government that has just controlled people, man. Controlled people, divided people, dude, and that's what it's about. I want to see humanity come.
Another thing.
Yeah.
They have us. Not only are we sick, tired, busy, working, they have us fighting with each other, like racism, sexism, rich versus poor. We've been conditioned since we were kids to like pick a side. School, like our school versus your school, my team versus your team. Like we gotta get out of that. We gotta get along. And I don't believe for a second this is a racist country.
No, I don't either. I don't either.
The past has been ugly, but we're evolving. We're spiritually evolving slowly. We're learning from. I do construction work. There's males and females working together, black and white. Everyone gets along just fine. Yeah. And you know what?
We judge people on their character, dude. Yeah.
People's discuss each other's culture and what stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Everyone gets a kick out of it. Yeah. Everyone gets along just fine. I feel bad for these little kids today, with what's going on in the television shows, music, and everything. They're growing up thinking they're automatically already born racist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Or sexist. Or the bad guy, and that's we've got to stop that.
Yeah, I agree.
And that next time or next chat, I'm gonna tie in what I've heard about what this good guy alliance is doing, the move they're about to make, and
hell yeah,
and the proof that there is somebody behind the scenes working, defending us, but they're also relying on us to wake up, because us waking up helps their job,
right?
Which, from what I understand, the good guys have already won behind the scenes, and they had to do there was a lot of work to do behind the scenes before they could really make an announcement, like drain the swamp or arrests and stuff like that. They had to take care of the human trafficking problem. They had to take care of some rogue military generals that were working for deep state owned and stuff like that. They had a lot of clearing the way to prep for this moment, because because there's an economic collapse coming.
Right.
As part of this defeating the deep state, the global elite, and I think that's why Biden is not the president. If you haven't noticed, the military is in charge right now.
Yeah.
And Biden is allowed to put on the show temporarily because they want Biden to be in office when this economic turmoil hits.
Right.
And then the election, because they're not done with the election results. They said there's 5 states already declared ready to flip back to Trump.
Really?
They've already proven the votes are. Yeah, Sidney Powell was on a radio show, Patriot Radio or something, last weekend. Was in an interview saying that there's 5 states ready to flip, and establish Trump was the winner, and but it all relies on the courts and the governors, and they're not cooperating. So
right.
I think what they're doing, they're exhausting all their options of using the courts. And I think the military will step in at some point.
And dude, that's a big conversation to have. That's a lot to talk about. But I think definitely for everybody listening right now, like the main thing, I emotionally invested way too much in that election, dude. And I realized, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, is that we need to just kind of focus on, our inner work first, man, and kind of take a step away from like the politics and all that stuff are important, but we're not going to wake anybody up by arguing about, this or that. We're going to wake people up by being, taking care of ourselves and, being that light to just kind of help get people through the day, man.
Right, because because the good guys behind the scene are waiting for us.
Right, and that's where we make the difference.
We wake up and we help each other.
Mm-hmm.
They can get us the good stuff. They can get us the advanced technology and the healing technology also. They have all this amazing technology ready to go.
Yeah.
Healing technology.
Absolutely, dude. Cure for cancer. Cancer.
All that. Like
the cancer causing crap. I mean, cancer is probably, I don't even, that's another one that can just go deep with how they've created it and how they don't want to cure it, and that's a whole nother discussion.
But they know they have the cure. But
for sure.
It's just keeping us. They need us sick, weak, and docile, so they can continue on with their plan. But people are waking up. They're starting podcasts and buying Bitcoin.
Yeah, man. People, and just work on, and check out, do your inner work, dude. And
you got to participate.
And turn the TV off. Get outside, ground yourself with Gaia, dude, with the earth, man, because we talked about the Wi-Fi signals, the mind control frequencies, dude. And to step away from that, you have to go to a place where that stuff's not around to really connect with and kind of reground yourself.
Right now in your house.
Yeah.
Just take note of that, and then take a walk out in the woods or go
touch
to
a tree,
beach, the local park or whatever. Get away from the Wi-Fi and stuff. You're gonna start to feel more in the now. Fuzz, that
walk
daze,
barefoot in the ground.
It's gonna leave. You're gonna have some more focus. So you'll start to notice things like that, which is important because you'll be able to tie this all together because it's hard. Where do you begin?
It takes time, man.
You just gotta start throwing stuff out there and
start building your intuition. Start building up your.
But the long story short is there's battle between good and evil. The good guys are winning.
You're doing fine. Keep your head, pointed up and stay positive. I think that's the main message. We're about at an hour and a half, dude. Do you want to about wrap this up?
Let's wrap it up.
I'm thinking,
probably 2 people listening.
Right. You never know, but hey, I had a lot of fun doing this, dude. I love these conversations that we have. All right, I'm going to hit stop on this, and that's going to conclude this episode on Conversations with Kenny. So there's that. That was the anchor, and this is the end of the YouTube video. I'm Kenny. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next episode.